So, Ryan, are you an animal lover?
I would say I love animals. Most of them.
Mm-hmm. Which ones don't you like?
Which ones don't I like?
Yeah.
Deer, chipmunks, hamsters. I've never met a koala. Got a feeling I wouldn't like it, though. Just got a feeling.
And would you say you're more of a cat or a dog person?
I would say I'm a pretty even split between cats and dogs. Both have their ups, both have their downs, but they both have buttholes.
Speaking of snot and dogs, we saw a movie, right?
We did.
Which is why we're here.
We are.
I'm Mike.
I'm Ryan.
Today we're reviewing Wes Anderson's new movie, Isle of Dogs.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, send us email, fan mail.
You can send us your laundry.
We'll fold it.
Yeah,
we'll fold your laundry.
Yeah.
Spots.
We get the idea. You're looking for your lost dog Spots. Does anybody know it?
No.
I've lost all of my pride.
Spots, if he's alive, may very well be living even at this moment as a captive prisoner.
So Mike, what did you think about this movie?
I thought it was really good. I actually haven't seen too many Wes Anderson movies.
Really?
I've seen Fantastic Mr. Fox's other previously animated movie, but I haven't seen Life Aquatic, I haven't seen Royal Tenenbaums, Bottle Rocket, I've seen Moonrise Kingdom, and I have seen
Grand
Budapest.
Okay, cool.
So I'm a pretty big fan, I'd say, but I haven't gotten to the point where I'm tired of his style or anything.
Cool.
So I'm kind of letting myself slowly see his films so that I don't kind of get
Tap out too quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love his films. Named my cat after him, so I think that counts for something.
We'll get a picture of your cat right here.
Yeah, we'll put a picture of Wes Anderson. We call him Wesley, though. I also really enjoyed the film. It's definitely quirky, and it's definitely that Wes Anderson deadpan humor. Mm-hmm. But again, like you said, I really don't get tired of that. It's not like sometimes when you watch like an overly quirky TV show, you like it, but you're like, tone it down a little bit.
Joss Whedon can get a little too quirky. Yeah.
Over quirk, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Wes Anderson, I appreciate all the quirk.
Wait a second. Before we attack each other and tear ourselves to shreds like a pack of maniacs, let's just open the sack first and see what's actually in it.
It's charming. It's always got a heartwarming center to it. Echo would be like, oh, it's a movie about dogs. Like, of course, you know, it's gonna tug at your heartstrings. Everybody likes animals. And yeah, it was cute. It had a lot of moments where you're like, oh, you
love the little doggy.
Little doggy.
Mm-hmm. I would say it was a good balance.
It wasn't overly cute.
It was a good balance. I mean, it's a movie about dogs. It's going to be cute to some degree.
Yeah.
Even Cujo has its moments. You ever see Cujo?
Cujo?
Stephen King's Cujo?
No.
It's about a big dog that eats people.
Oh.
But even that has its moments where you see Cujo and you're just like, oh, he's just a big, lovable dog. And then he tears someone's throat out and you're like, ah!
Wes Anderson movies somehow always seem to trigger my ASMR.
ASMR?
It's like this tingly kind of body sensation you get, you know, when like you feel very relaxed and you hear somebody with like a good voice, or it's triggered for people in a lot of different ways. But when I hear like very rich voices, which you get in this movie a lot from Bill Murray and Jeff Goldblum.
They totally do.
Yeah, it gives you this nice little tingly feeling.
All their voices, like everyone that did a voice there could easily replace Ira Glass to host This American Life. You know, they're all very calm speaking, but deep and very just soothing, and it rushes over you. Like they could just be talking about nothing and you would enjoy it. And Wes Anderson kept up his tradition in this movie of killing animals.
Was there much?
Almost all of his movies, an animal has either been hurt or killed. Royal Tenenbaums, dog gets hit by a car. Life Aquatic, three-legged dog gets either blown up or shot by pirates, I forget.
Okay.
Darjeeling Limited, a rattlesnake gets strangled. Grand Budapest Hotel, cat gets kicked out of a window. Moonrise Kingdom, dog gets shot by an arrow. Fantastic Mr. Fox, obviously there's animal and animal violence. And this one, obviously, it's about dogs being persecuted and sent to an island where they're banished, so there's definitely some, just a warning. The whole film feels like it's like a step away from being a kid's film, and it just reminds you every now and then that like, oh no, this is kind of not. Yeah. Because then all of a sudden they'll just have like a really violent scene.
Get out of here and don't come back.
The story was developed by Wes Anderson and Jason Schwartzman, along with
Roman Coppola, who has worked with him a few times, I think. I think Roman did Moonrise Kingdom, I know for sure. And I want to say he did Darjeeling Limited with him as well.
I think they started with just this idea of having an aisle full of dogs, and then they developed the story around that to try to figure out how they can get to that idea.
A lot of his personal style, besides color and framing and everything, comes out through the dialogue.
You heard the rumor, right, about Doggy Chop?
Remind us again? What rumor?
Oh, they folded.
Oh, no. Doggy Chop folded?
So we don't want to go into spoilers, really, because it's a new movie and it's a good adventure.
The most of it, yeah.
You know, it's a traveling movie.
Yeah. Building the world of the Isle of Dogs.
And they do it kind of slowly through flashbacks and through, you know, hearsay. You hear some rumors here and there, you know, about certain things that are happening. We're set in 20 years in the future, in a fictional Japan.
Dogs have come down with dog flu. A tyrannical mayor of Japan actually uses fear-mongering to get the people against the dogs and decides to deport them all to an island of trash. A little bit of political commentary there, I guess.
The nephew of the mayor, his dog gets deported to the Isle of Dogs, and he wants his dog back, so he goes to the Isle. He meets up with a pack of wild dogs led by Bryan Cranston, or more so led by committee with Edward Norton and Bill Murray, Jeff Goldblum, and Balaban.
At one point, when I was about 10, I broke my arm and nobody knew what to do with me.
And they try to find his dog.
The thing I like about it too is when the little pilot gets there, he only speaks Japanese. And I thought that was cool for two reasons. I thought it was cool just to have no subtitles for him, because it forces the viewer just to rely on the emotion of the scene and the physicality of the scene rather than the dialogue, which I liked. And the other thing is I felt like it made me feel like a dog.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't understand what the human was saying.
It puts you in that point of view.
Yeah, so it puts you in kind of the same point of view as the dogs.
You're Rex. You're King. You're Duke. You're Boss. I'm Chief. We're a pack of scary, indestructible alpha dogs.
Yeah, I love the voice actors. I thought they were, you know, it's kind of the usual bunch for Wes Anderson, but they all worked really well.
They'd record all the voices first, and they were even able to get some of the actors together to record them in one room. I think everyone except for Jeff Goldblum had to do it separately. I think that adds to the ability of the actors to play off one another without having to be like, oh, well, this other character, he's going to get angry after you say that, so you have to say it a little differently, whereas this way you can at least, you can hear the next character say his line.
And you don't have to worry about syncing it either. You know, if you're doing a line for an animated TV show or something, you know, you're just kind of syncing your lips to you know, the drawings. So I feel like the actors definitely had a lot more freedom.
We've got an amazing cast on this production. The animation comes out of that. You get their personality coming out in the style of the dog.
You've done an animated thing, right?
I did.
What was it called? Living with Poseidon?
Living with Poseidon. Subscribe. Just kidding, there's nothing up there.
What is this place? Name it, mortal.
You're in Redberg, man.
Bruce! Wow!
If I waited for you to be ready, you'd never get a roommate.
Oh, that was your sister?
What is that fragrance you're wearing? Incense?
Tell them you're new in town, and tell them that you have good credit.
I have wonderful credit.
I really want to know about you.
Well, I'm Lord of the Seas. I just moved here from Olympus, and this wart on my taint kind of hurts.
Yeah, we recorded before, but that was just because I had no idea what I was doing.
I wish that there was more directors that did both, like live action and animation. Could you imagine a James Cameron claymation movie? Or Michael Bay, like Transformers claymation movie?
Who directed Anomalisa a couple years ago?
Oh.
Spike Jones. There's another one. You don't see too many claymation movies. Maybe one a year, right? Like last year there was Kubo and the Two Strings. I
think that was the year before.
It was 2 years ago?
Yeah.
That was claymation. And then you occasionally get a Tim Burton one every 8 years.
Then yeah, I guess Kubo was in the Two Strings was like the last one.
Most recent one.
Yeah.
It's very aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
There's something nice about the figurines over like just,
like a
3D or 2D, yeah. There's something nice about actually physical objects. It takes so much work too. I think that's the reason why you don't see that too often.
Working with puppets like these dogs, it takes a lot of experience to know how to really bring a face to life.
Working with Wes, we started doing labs, which are live action videos.
He would suggest ideas for movement or gestures or an emotional state that the characters would need to be doing within their performance.
Wes Anderson took some, Japanese influence. There was, he said, Kurosawa and Miyazaki.
Who's the other guy? That Ozu?
Ozu, yeah. Miyazaki's frames can get complicated, I think.
Yeah.
And I thought that some of these had a very similar complicatedness, like the wides of the city when you can see like all the windows and the train going by. Some of those bigger set pieces.
I'll have to rewatch some Miyazaki. It's been a while. Kurosawa, you could definitely see just because of the color choices.
A lot of the movement to it, yeah, the smoke and stuff, wind, and the hair.
And like you were saying, the dust.
There's Kurosawa and Miyazaki. And then there's Hokusai and Hiroshige, the printmakers. And I think our greatest inspirations are those movies and those pictures.
But we both had one kind of little nitpick about the B story.
We did, yeah, because one character that is human that we can understand and speaks English and
besides the interpreter,
setting up a romance for the main character Atari and this girl, but it really felt shoehorned in and like
it did.
It didn't quite fit.
The main protester and the main character Atari, they don't interact really until the end of the film when she like passes him a microphone or something. They have this weird pre-established romance when they've never met. And you're just kind of like, I don't know. It felt shoehorned in.
Yeah.
But it didn't ruin anything for me either. Like I said, it was just a little nitpick.
Darn it. I've got a crush on you.
Main theme of it is, I guess, one about xenophobia and immigration and fear-mongering, propaganda, fake news, all that sort of thing. Do you think that? I feel like that's a lot what a lot of movies' themes are this year.
Sure, you can't get away from that.
Yeah. Are you getting tired of that?
Sometimes. I don't think this movie was too heavy-handed with it. It was kind of in the background, but it was more about the characters. So that's fine. I don't like it when a movie's pushing it in my face.
Would you recommend the movie?
Yeah, I would definitely recommend the movie. I think this was, so far, in 2018, my favorite movie.
Mine too.
We're only in March, so got a while to go, but I thought it was very good.
I think this is going to win the Oscar for Best Animated Movie.
Let's see if Pixar loses for the first time in like 10 years or whatever.
Yeah. What do they have coming out? What is it, Wreck-It Ralph or something? Wreck-It Ralph 2?
Wreck-It Ralph 2, Incredibles 2.
Ooh, The Incredibles.
That's going to be tough competition.
It's going to be a good year for the animated category.
Or somebody spoke his language.
Wow. Well,
I guess we should finish folding.
Yeah, I mean, that's the gag, so.
Tom will be over any minute to pick up these undies, so.
Yeah, those are his.
We just better make sure that they're folded for him.
And
can we get a picture of Tom?
And ironed.
And ironed.
Tom Micah, everyone. Tom Micah, come on out.
That's funny because that's his
That's his joke. I'm stealing his joke. Did Echo cancel on us? Hi, Mike here from Rabbit Hole TV, here with our mascot Pumpkin. Say hello, Pumpkin. Thanks for watching In the Fold. If you like what you saw, please subscribe. And if you really like what you saw, you can check out our Patreon, where we have behind the scenes photos and videos and other cool stuff if you want to get more involved with the show. Say hi, Pumpkin.